Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Ethereum, Solana and SUI price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. We're gonna start with Ethereum here on the daily to see what do we have and what to expect today as well. So a quick update for the all-time history where we have a 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5 finished impulse as a wave 1 or a wave A, and we got of course a very long correction here in sideways for Ethereum. Despite that we took the high here, the all-time high even for Ethereum, nothing is impulsive in this wave, and of course nothing is even as diagonal to say that we have finished something as an impulse. So therefore there are two possibilities here, whether we are in an ABC for a W here, a wave X toward the upside here in 3 waves, and then we are looking for an ABC expanding flat for a wave Y, which it might be very deep wave Y. In this case scenario, we are talking about $861, 1.618 here, which is a very, very bearish scenario in a wave C, before of course pushing toward the upside to finish the WX and a Y here, the WX and a wave Y. So this is the first possibility. The second possibility is still of course a finished wave Y over there, so we still have one single chance here to be bullish before taking the low, of course, over there, which is a confirmation for something lower, meaning a bearish scenario, and very likely therefore we have to call the 861 is a 1-2, okay, 3, 4 and a 5. If we don't succeed the 1-2 over there, as double 1-2 internally 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, and then ABC for wave 2, 3, 4, 5. That is of course a huge problem for Ethereum if this does not happen, because currently we are at the 0.786, 0.618 here between the perfect fib level for wave 2. The 886 of course taken here, meaning a very reduced possibility to push for higher impulsively and very high possibility to continue for lower. But if we continue from there before taking the 886 or the low there, which is total confirmation, then okay, we can still be looking for higher over there. Therefore, we have to track exactly what's going on right now on the macro level, micro level, sorry, to see what's gonna happen, of course. So basically on the micro level, as we mentioned, this is a double 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5, 4 and a 5. Of course, you have here internally another 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5 to finish wave 3, and then of course 4 and a 5 to finish a wave 1. After this wave 1, we have a 3 waves down here, of course, for a W or a wave A. Then you have an X or a wave B, and we are looking if we gonna continue a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here in a wave C, because if in case this is an ABC, therefore you are required one more wave, because you have here already 1, 2, and then this is your wave 3, and then you're looking for 4 and a 5. In this case, yeah, that would be problematic as well, because the wave 5 can take the 886 here, leaving us with one possibility, a wave 3 for a diagonal and not impulsive, or a wave C, of course, reducing the possibility for an impulse wave 3. However, if the things are going to finish up here as W, X, and a wave Y, meaning 3 ways down ABC, we finished and we push for higher, well, that would be a savior scenario, of course, for Ethereum in case we want still to be bullish over there. If we move inside it internally, where I still see a lot of weaknesses, honestly. So let's talk a little bit here what is going on. So I'm gonna remove this red box so we can see the things much clearer. So what's going on right now is that we are looking at a potential 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but I don't like it at all, because of course the wave 5 is horrible. It can be 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5 here as an ending diagonal, wave 5, but still fine. I mean, it has finished potentially wave 1, where you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, and we're looking currently for a wave 2. It is very expected, of course, to have an ABC zigzag, where we might reach the 0.38 fib level and then push towards the upside. So I'm expecting anyway a drop today, a little bit lower prices, and then pushing for higher. Preferably, of course, to have a 1-2 rather than ABC, because as we mentioned, an ABC will bring a wave 4 there as an impulse and pushing down for a wave 5 at the end. This, if it is not already a wave 4 finish there as potential ABC, something like this, A, B, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, wave C, and then pushing for lower. So, yeah, to be tested there, and in this area, it will give us exactly what's going on. Now, invalidation totally of bearish is 2,782, meaning you need this high impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to reach this number here or this price to say, okay, we are bullish, we invalidated anything bearish, and we're looking toward the upside. Okay, so this is regarding Ethereum, guys. Yep, so let's move for KGT before moving also to Solana. On the KGT for Ethereum on the 3-minute chart, well, this is exactly what I was waiting for. When we drop after a wave 1 here, I would like to see a bullish signal. However, it is, of course, the bearish is still there, coming from a pressure from a high here, of course, which is still pressuring the price for lower. However, I would like to see, of course, also on the 1-minute chart here, what is the status. So basically, let me check. Yes, so we got invalid. Yeah, that's nice. We got invalid here on the 1 minute. So that is a good signal because, of course, the high here of this ending diagonal took the last reference point here. And that means, of course, yeah, we start to a little bit beat the bears here, okay, I would say. And the bullish signal is there as well. And it is in divergence. It's starting to be in divergence here within the price, meaning if we push for lower here, it start to create somehow diversion. However, yeah, we have to still be careful with it, of course. I mean, it's not totally yet confirmed, but yeah, it's looking good. Yeah, so invalidation on the 1 minute is looking good. Now, if we continue for higher, it might get invalidation on the 3-minute as well. So that would be great. For Solana, let's move to Solana on the daily. So for Solana, on the daily as well, we mentioned, of course, we need the $75 minimum target because, of course, it is the minimum 0.38 fib level required, of course, for a 1-2, another wave 1-2. And this wave 2 has to be 3 waves, 0.38 here. And, of course, pushing for a wave 5 towards the upside. So minimum requirement is a 1-2, wave 3 to unfold. Sorry, not wave 5. Wave 5 is in leading diagonal, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. The wave 4 has to reach the minimum target, 0.38, and perfection anyway here is, of course, for a wave 4 normally in a diagonal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Therefore, you need 3 waves to hit this blue box as well. Finally, we have a finished zigzag here as a wave A, ABC for a wave B, and you're looking for higher. Wave B can be very deep, of course, if it wants to. It can go even lower than this blue box. It can reach the 0.618, 0.786. We're talking about very, very lower prices here. Now, this move toward the downside as an ABC, obviously it has started in a double 1-2 for the wave C here. Wave 3 given, wave 4 and a 5. So very expected one more 4 and a 5 to be unfolding there for Solana still to hit, of course, in between those 2 fib levels, perfection, and then, of course, pushing toward the upside. So yes, of course, the low can still be taken, and of course, $60 even can still be seen for Solana. Yep. On the lower time frame here, 2 hours chart, we are looking, of course, at this double 1-2 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, wave 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a wave 3, of course, finished in a wave 3, of course, in the blue here. And you still need to finish, of course, the wave 4 and a 5 in the blue to potentially finish here the wave 2 and then 3, 4, 5, of course, toward the upside, guys. So yeah, very likely that this scenario might still happen and we might still see some lower. Don't think that the 15-minute chart here is gonna unfold something to save us directly, we need, of course, much better confirmation for something bullish, guys. This is nothing yet. So even if we have a double 1-2 here, we have 3, 4, and a 5, a 4, and a 5 very, very low. It didn't took the high, so definitely if this is something as a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 as an ending diagonal, something like that, it has end up truncation. What does it mean? It means simply weakness. Yeah, so it's not looking good, I would say, and even very likely that we have finished ABC over there, and we're looking for something for lower. Yeah, it can be something much more lower. Despite that, this also looks like three ways, which I don't like it so much. It can still be something here. Sorry, it can be something unfolding for higher. It can be even like kind of like an A, B, and a C, something for higher, which means, of course, much more corrective. But we'll see. Yeah, so I'm gonna mark also this possibility A, B, and a C there in the blue. Otherwise, you can be, of course, in a truncation 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5. But this truncation, yeah, I don't like it to have truncation. It means weakness, guys, always. Okay. Um, so target to be seen right now for this drop is at least, of course, between the 0.38 fib level there. So we're still expecting, of course, something for lower. This is not yet done, despite that we took the low. And for the KGT as well, we can see, of course, we have double signals there. So that is not really good, honestly, to see double signals there. Also, despite that the bullish signal is there on the 3-minute for Solana. So that's good. But we still need, of course, much better signal of strength. Yeah, so better to see, of course, something stronger. And as you can see here, yeah, so this is what I mean on the 1-minute chart. Well, we still have a bearish there. Okay, there is no invalidation like Ethereum. It's still bearish, so we gotta be careful. And obviously, was clearer, of course, that the bearish pressure is still stronger because it was truncated, and this is where it was supposed to take the invalidation. By the way, if the price has took, of course, the high here, on KGT it was supposed to show invalidation. Yeah. But the high was not taken over there. Yeah, we needed the high to take it above these reference points to get, of course, invalidation, but we didn't. And that, of course, signaling weakness, and we push toward the downside. Still, I'm looking, of course, for this area. Despite that we have the bullish here, yeah, it still can, of course, push for lower until the bullish signal becomes stronger than this. And then, of course, probably pushing for higher from this area. But it's good to see the bullish because it might, yeah, unfold in both cases ABC. Yeah. So that it regarding regarding Solana. Let's move for SUI. For SUI, we are looking here also at the all-time history. For SUI, we are in a zigzag as well. A huge zigzag here as an ABC. And I'm looking, of course, for another zigzag ABC, which is our wave B there. So A, B, and a C finally. And then, of course, I'm still looking to finish this move there. So as you can see within this move here, you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Your wave 5, well, can be here a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Okay, finished, where your wave 3 is short and your wave 5 is longer. Unless this is gonna transform to double 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. And that means, yes, lower prices can still be possible as well for SUI before we push toward the upside. For SUI as well on the lower time frame for our chart here. So as I mentioned, if this is a 1, 2, 3, sorry, if this is a 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5, it should be a finished impulse. Otherwise, you are in a 1, 2, 1, 2 here potentially, and then 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. So yeah, we'll see if this is the case. Again, the same. SUI showing weakness. Unfinished impulse is totally weakness, honestly, and I see it very, very corrective here. I cannot even, yeah, we didn't even continue double 4-5, yeah, so that's very, very weak, honestly, for SUI. Yeah, so I would say it has finished definitely as an A here. Maximum you can get a wave B and a C in case, of course, it looks for higher. But I don't see any kind of an impulse in this move there. Therefore, wave 4 here in the gray can still be possible in double 1-2, wave 3, wave 4, and a 5 because you didn't get the invalidation of it even. Okay, so the invalidation, by the way, it should be here lower a little bit, yeah, for this scenario. So yeah, I'm looking for lower, of course, for SUI, unless this is gonna transform to something as a zigzag and then potentially 1-2 and then 3-4-5 leading diagonal. But so far I see only weaknesses, guys. So that is not good for Solana, for SUI, honestly. SUI is showing, of course, a lot of weakness on the 3-minute chart here for SUI. Well, we have, of course, a bullish signal, which might be the wave C, as I mentioned, but the bearish is still strong there. Okay, it's still very strong there. No impulse finish, also as per Elliott Wave. Despite the bullish here, it might be a wave a B and a C. On the 1-minute chart, I believe also that we don't have a strong signal as well. Let me check. Yeah. So yeah, double signal as well in the top for the bearish, so that is not good also, guys. So I mean, yeah, I mean, we took the low also here, so weakness everywhere. Yeah, so not yet ready for something bullish, guys, of course. Okay, we're still looking for lower maximum. If we get some recovery here, can be an ABC and then pushing for lower again. Yep, so that was it for Ethereum, Solana, and SUI. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.